Okay, so we're gonna go on to the examples in the back. So I'm just gonna call this example 4, okay? So it says plot each point on the grid above. So before I do that, they gave me a bunch of points, right? So this, they're telling me this is point A, and this is their location, point B, their location, point C, their location, and point D, their location. So before I'm gonna have us continue, I want you guys to label each one of them X and Y, okay? So now that we labeled each one of these points X and Y, I'm going to have you guys pause for a couple seconds. And what I would like you guys to also do is to write your numbers on the graph just like I did. You guys need to get into the habit of doing this so you guys don't have to guess or waste time figuring out where do the points go, okay? So that's what I want you guys to do. So pause the video and then continue it. All right, so another thing that I wanted you guys to do is remember in the last video I taught you guys our C for the coordinate grid, so we're going to write our giant C, okay? So the way that this helps us, or what the giant C helps us do, is to figure out the quadrants, okay? So this whole quadrant right here is called quadrant or Q1, okay? So now I'm going to move on to this part of my C. So this whole part right here, this is called quadrant or Q2. And we're going to write in Roman numerals because that's how we're used to writing our quadrants, okay? Then when I continue down on my C, right, I pass quadrant 2. Now I'm this quadrant. So this whole box, this one is called quadrant or Q3. And now when I'm done, this is called Q4. So again, they're all in Roman numerals, okay? So now that I have my quadrants labeled and that I know where my number line goes, okay, or I know my values of my number line, let me use this purple color. So now I'm gonna plot my points. So my plot A, again, remember I start at 0, which is right here for both number lines, which is called the origin, okay? So let me write that right here. So this is the origin. And to get you guys into the habit, the points for the origin is 0, 0. Okay, it's always going to be 0, 0. So now if I'm going to plot my point A, it's saying to start at the origin, and I'm going to go to positive 4. If I notice this side is positive, so to the right, just like a regular number line. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, walking over to my elevator. Now for my elevator, it says to move to positive 3. My positives are moving up. So then that means I need to move up on my elevator. So 1, 2, 3, right here to point A. Okay, now my point B. I have to go back to my origin, okay, and then it says to go to -2. So I'm gonna check where -2 is at first on my x-axis, just like how we said. So we're gonna move to the left, so 1, 2, and then I'm gonna figure out my y-axis. So I walked over to the elevator. Now my next choice is to either go up or down. So now I have to move up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. Okay, 5 up here. Okay, and I'm gonna have you guys finish points C and D. Okay. Oh, I called it point A again. My bad. This one should be B. Okay. So again, label points C and D. And what I want you guys again to still get into the habit is to label where they are located. So we're gonna do this, right? And then I'm gonna write my -2, 5 for my point B. Okay, so I want you guys to do the same for point C and D.